Welcome to another edition of Citrus Today. We are very happy to have in the studio with us our County Commissioner, Jimmy Smith. Welcome to the program again.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Lots of things going on in the county, and we want to talk about some things that, involve policy, procedures, and so forth. We'll start with the economy, and let's talk a little bit about that. How do you view the economy of Citrus County, and where are we going?
Well, the economy is currently growing, and that's a good thing. Of course, we all want to see money come in and jobs develop and everything, but we need to grow in a more diverse manner. And what I mean by that is we need to start setting policy that encourages more of a diverse industry. We have our targeted industry list, of course, but we have opportunities in the future that can allow for more of the land that's used to be created in a larger retail, multi-use kind of aspect. Mm-hmm. And this would give people the ability to maybe live there, go to the doctors there, and shop there, like you're starting to see in some of these other communities throughout the nation.
Well, I know that currently we have a large medical community here. We've got tourism that is growing. Numbers show that, definitely. What are some of these areas that you think we could target or think about down the road that would improve the economy of Citrus County?
Well, let's look at split zoning as one of my things right now.
Okay.
Split zoning means that in your zoning policy, DCA in the 90s came in and said, off of a main interstate, certain ones, you can only have the first 400 as being commercial. So if you own 1,000 feet, that first 400 is commercial. Anything after that, if it buttresses up against a residential, must be PSO, which is like office buildings, doctor's office buildings, and then residential. Well, some of these lands who are owned by one individual or one business could really be turned into a unique opportunity. Not only commercial up front, maybe the commercial should be in the back if they did this, and then they could put the housing up front or do unique things. Well, right now our system is through a PUD, and that's restrictive as it is. There's more government regulations and less opportunities. But the split zoning, you have to go to make all those changes, you have to go through a variance process. And more often than not, you're probably not going to be well received, because what happens is the citizens who buttress against the back of that land, even though it's not right now commercial, so they don't see the opportunity for that. But they're afraid that a huge box store is going to come in and they're going to open their door going out to work and see the back of a big building. Well, the reality is through technology of today, landscaping and things like that, they can put up walls, they can put up dense buffers of vegetation that would prevent any of that visibility. And that, I think, is what really was the cause for that policy in the first place. So I say, let's get rid of split zoning. Let's create a enhanced buffering system that if you are an industry that has, so to speak, 1,000 foot off the main road, and you want to do whatever you want to do here, if the neighbors behind that can't see what you're doing because you've established a good enough buffer, then you have what they're looking for right now, opportunity. And if you talk to business leaders in the community, that's really what they're looking for, is the opportunity to not only invest their money into a business, but to invest their money into something that's different and unique that will draw people there. Those kind of jobs can be from medium to high paying job, because you can add medical, residential maintenance, because somebody's going to have to maintain the building,
sure.
Retail, restaurant, and you could do that all on one piece of property.
One of the things that people ask is, well, why can't we bring this big business to here, a Hobby Lobby or a Target or something, or any number of questions I'm sure you've had come your way. Elaborate on that a little bit for people out there.
Well, so one of the things that a lot of people think is that we call up a business and say, hey, we want you to come here. What really happens is businesses are constantly testing the waters. They're doing surveys into different areas where the spending dollar is, because no business is going to go where they can't spend their dollars. Matter of fact, the reason businesses have left here is because that dollar was not there for them to continue to make a certain profitability. Well, for us to get a business to come here, the best way we can do things is to maximize the opportunities of reducing cost. So as an example, if you encourage them to go onto an already established location, well, that reduces the cost of them having to build infrastructure and things like that. If your permitting and planning process is smooth and flows so they can just simply come in, know what to do, and be done with it. That speeds up the process. Time is money. So all these costs and all these efficiencies would encourage them then to make the investment. And if you look in the Central Ridge area, in conjunction with the comprehensive plan, that is starting to happen, but it's mostly just small retail gas stations and advanced auto and some. We need some real good industry to come in.
And that requires some policy changes, maybe? Procedures and so forth?
Absolutely. And you know, one of the things that we always want to do is, and I do this all the time, we want to challenge the system. Can you do it better? We don't want to give advantage to one over another. You know, we want to make sure it's a level, equal playing field. But we also want to challenge ourselves as a government to make sure we're being responsive. Because truthfully, we are simply doing the work that the people want us to do. And the people are telling us that we want businesses here. So if you look at Cardinal, here in the future, that area is probably going to be prime for things like industrial. If you look at areas such as the Holder Park, okay, that place that we had already turned down, hopefully they'll bring that back, because that would be great for light manufacturing, because there's a work population in Citrus Springs and Beverly Hills that can facilitate the jobs. Providing a bus route there for those people who are maybe low income and can't get to work normally shouldn't be too hard. So we can work together to give them the workforce. But so areas like that give us the ability to then diversify. So you have to look at additional things too. Like I said, a busing route. You know, if you go into Beverly Hills, there's areas there where a single car families,
right,
the car breaks down, how do I get to work? And I've heard that just for years and years now. And one of the things is that our busing system doesn't really do that. But let's say if that Holder Industrial Park goes, we can then create a busing system that will facilitate getting the people to jobs.
So a lot of things to think about. And in the next segment of the program, I want to talk to you a little bit about the quality of life in Citrus County, what your thoughts are, and we'll diversify all of our topics as we continue. So stay with us. We'll be right back with more on Citrus Today after this.